and welcome. In the last audio of this series, I talked about what I called the wobble of change. It's an emotional reaction that can happen naturally when we begin to make significant changes in our lives. This audio is also about change and transition, and the kinds of feelings that frequently happen to us as part of that process, part of the process of emotionally moving forwards. When we begin to make significant changes and we move forwards and let go of something from the past, this can often be accompanied by a period of significant sadness. Now, this often surprises people because it tends to coincide with the period in their lives when they're getting so much better and they're beginning to feel very solid in the changes that they're making. When we let go of something that's been holding us back, sometimes it's not anxiety that we feel. Sometimes it's a mixture of feelings. Sometimes we feel relief, and that's completely understandable and very healthy. But what can also happen is that we can move into what feels like a very flat place, a rather down place. We can feel very low, full of sadness. And this can feel very disconcerting, especially if we feel we're making real progress. If we've been carrying something for a long time, something that's been a real heavy weight to carry, an emotional burden, then when we let go, there needs to be some kind of a mourning process that takes place, because any change involves a loss. In the course of your life, if your own development was held back, if there was no room for you to become the person you truly could be, if you were not brought up in a world where you were encouraged to flourish, and that is so true for so very many people, then when you begin to work through and lay to rest emotionally loaded patterns of behaviour and ways of living that have been really limiting and confining for you, then there's a mourning that needs to take place. And within this sadness, there's an emotional recognition of what you didn't have, an acknowledgement and a validation of the way in which your needs weren't met. Sometimes we experience a realization of the loss of childhood, a time that we can't regain. So there is literally a process of bereavement that takes place. It's a process of natural loss and grieving, and it's actually a natural part of moving forwards. And it's very important to recognize this and to know that this is okay. It's a natural feeling. So if you find that you're letting go of something that was very much connected to your past, and it was something that was difficult or traumatic, something that's been holding you back or getting in the way of your current world or your current relationships, not only might you feel the wobble of change, that very healthy anxiety, but you may also find that you have feelings of sadness and of loss, and sometimes of regret, and these feelings can be significantly intense. It's really important to know that this is okay. These are healthy feelings. It's good information. It's letting you know that you're letting go of something and you're moving forwards. Sometimes people worry that despite the changes they're making to their world, because they feel sadness, they start to worry that they'll never be happy and that change is impossible for them. It's tremendously important that we don't interpret these feelings as something to be afraid of. It's important that we know that these feelings are to do with transition and change and growth. Everything that we feel is of value. It's simply part of our navigational system. And these feelings are letting us know that something is changing. These emotions are here to help us navigate. It's okay to feel confident about feeling vulnerable. It's okay to feel at ease with feeling uneasy. We can be thoughtful and understanding of our sadness, and that's okay. Thank you for listening and take care. This is copyrighted material 2014, Jenny Burgess, The A to Z of Emotional Health. All rights reserved.